How you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster Evan here, and you watch the Anonymous Letter Media here on YouTube. And I want to talk to you guys about something here. And I want to see. I got email here. Okay, it's um, there is there's a story that came out about not too long ago, and it was the first time that a crime has ever been done in space. That's very unheard of, because here on Earth there's many crimes being done here on Earth for murder, racketeering, fraud. The list of crimes goes on and on and on and on. Some get caught, some don't. Some get caught in cold cases that go on through the decades. Now, when this crime involves a couple, a same-sex married couple, and in space, in hacking, it basically it boggles the mind to confusion. Okay. Now, the woman that was hacked, she has a little boy, and her partner divorced, and her partner is an astronaut that's in the International Space Station, and hacked her computer from the ISS, the International Space Station. And you kind of wondering, okay, the space station is way out there, way out there. Okay, I mean, way out there. And to hack a computer from space, many would consider the question on how is it possible. Can you okay, now the question is, if you could hack from space, can you use a smartphone in space? Can you make a phone call from outer space? I mean, you could hack here on Earth, hack computers, you could hack anything that can be hacked. Tablet, computer, smartphone, ATM machine, a woman's vibrator. Yes, a woman's vibrator that can run off on Wi-Fi, by the way. Which is called a Omibot. OHMIBOD. If you don't believe me, go to Pornhub, type up Omibod. OHMIBOD. How I know? I do watch porn. I'm an adult. I'm a guy. I I watched this on there was a thing on Inside Edition or a news platform, and the astronaut is being looked at of committing the first crime in space. Right now, there's a movie out with Brad Pitt. Um, it has to do with space and a cover up. Our country has gone through a lot of cover ups, from Roswell to the JFK assassination to Iran Contra to 9/11 to Obama's birth. And and Bill's bullshit. Um, the movie has where Brad Pitt's dad, played by Tommy Lee Jones, one of the greatest actors of all time, um, hasn't seen his dad in 17 years. And when they learned that his dad was alive, don't take from me. Watch the trailer, and if you want, don't take it from me. Watch the trailer. Do your own research on the film. But it's up there with Shooter, V for Vendetta, Manchurian Candidate. Also up there, you might want to look at Apollo 18. It's a horror movie. It is a horror movie based in space. But hacking in space, that is one of those very questionable things. Like, how can you hack in space? Well, the ISS has computers. Okay, it's upgraded every few years. With new shit, new computers, new tech, and whatnot. But if you think about it, if you really think about it, hackers have been known to hack NASA, hack satellites, and move them, even though that's been classified. Anything is possible. Anything's possible. Anything's possible, but can be difficult. Until someone or somebody or a group of somebodies find the nerve or have the nerve to find a way to hack into a government computer or a satellite connected to those computers and move the satellites. Move them. And you have to have a lot of power in your little to do that. But this case is really, it even boggles my mind, Now, ATM machines, smartphones, laptops, cars these days, security cameras. I mean, it's really, I mean, holy shit. And you can even hack into traffic lights and cause accidents and shit, you know, which is very dangerous and shit, man. Like, what the fuck? You can even hackers can even hack into a webcam where, like, for example, if a webcam was on me, watch my move, a hacker can go in and keep that camera, make it look like the camera's on me and I'm moving. Okay, kind of make what kind of like the left hand is kind of over here, keeping you distracted, while the right hand is doing its job. So hackers can do that. Go in, hack into a feed, make it look like the feed's still the same, and is it tricky? Yeah. Can it be done? Sure. Anything's possible that can be done, but the question is, here's my question. Here's my question to a lot of you. Even a lot of you in the tech industry and hackers. Now, I'm gonna go with the question about the smartphone. Okay. We love these things. We carry these every day. Again, it's our little best friend, but also our own worst enemy. What would happen if a company creates a smartphone or a computer that's unhackable, and there's a way to do it, and no one knows about that, and they sell the product as is, unhackable, where everything has been like turned into Fort Knox. The device is a Fort Knox in your pocket. No way to penetrate it. What are the odds of that? Can there be a phone or a computer or tablet that could be unhackable? That could be unhackable? Sure. Cost tons of money. A group of smart and brave people to come up with something that could be really what we all need. Because if you realize, if you think about it, how long have we been surveilled? Answer: too long. Too long. Even though what I'm talking about is a pipe dream, it's a pipe dream, but it's a good pipe dream. Can it be coming into reality? For example, you got an old computer or old phone that you haven't used in a long time, and you want to do something. test yourself. To test yourself. And the idea is answering that one particular question. Ask that one question we've all been asking for a long time, since the start of the smartphone era, smartphone craze. Can there be a phone? Can there be a compute a whether it's a laptop or a tablet that cannot be hacked? And you want to have that question answered that we've all been asking for a long, long time. Take for example here. This is my Alcatel One Touch Fierce XL. It needs to be charged. Let me see here. I've had this phone for a long time. Still works. Still works. And I've had this question for a long time. Sorry. And my phone is run off of Windows 10. And I got Xbox running off the same software, Windows 10. And now, I've always wanted to know that if you take a phone that's been lying around for like forever, and you look at it, and you're thinking, what can be done to like we've always asked these questions. Can there be a phone that's unhackable, that can't even be hacked? And you want to answer it. You want to answer that question by saying, well, maybe I could take this phone that I haven't used in a few years, take it apart. But first, you need a team and a backer who has also had the same questions. And out of nowhere, you take this phone. You take this phone, and out of the blue, you take time, but you do it in where you want to answer this question yourself. But if it comes to fruition that it does exist, that it does work. It does work. You take this phone lying in the drawer or lying on a shelf, collecting dust, and you go in there, you work on it, you do some kind of a line of code or some kind of JavaScript, whatever you're doing, and you create this operating system. This operating system where, and while you're doing that, you're creating a back door that is just from a door to a wall. That's, you call it Fort Knox. The Fort Knox back wall. And you take this device and you think in your mind, but it takes you a long time to think about it. And you start, then all of a sudden you realize, and you're thinking, I think we got it. I think we finally answered the age-old question. Well, not an age-old question, but that question we've been asking ourselves for the past decade. Can we do this? Can we take this device that's been lying around for a couple of years or so, that you took apart, and when there, everything, from a line of codes to strengthening up the system, creating the strongest backdoor, and having this operating system that challenges iOS and Android. And you do something out of the blue that shocks the world. But it catches the eye of three agencies: CIA, FBI, and NSA, as well as the FTC. And you start to realize, yeah, I think we did something good, but it might cost us big time. I thought about this for a long time. No, you want to have the best security ever. You want to have privacy. You want to keep your privacy to yourself. You're tired of government interference with your life. You're tired of law enforcement putting their fat fucking nose up your ass. You're trying to live a normal life where you bother nobody. You live your life. You wake up every morning. You do what you gotta do every day, every morning, until time to go to bed. And you live your life every day, minding your own business, doing your own thing. You're not breaking the law, okay? You're not breaking the law. Nobody bothers you. You bother nobody. But even that, can throw out a red flag. Why? You're giving to yourself. You ain't bugging nobody. No one's bothering you. You pay your taxes. You mind your own business. You go to work. You live your life. You take care of your family. You go to school. You go shopping. Go to the doctor, the dentist, whatever. Everyday life. Visit family, friends. And after a while, realize, shit, what the fuck did I do? You're innocent till proven guilty. You know. And I mean, a lot of people are asked this question: can anything not be hacked? But the only people that have better shit right now is the ones working in government, the ones working in these agencies and shit. Got better shit. They got better. They have a better funding. Better funding. And they can afford to not get hacked, but still, all the money in the world, all the shit in the world, can even keep our own government from getting hacked. Alone, the little guy. You know. But the crime in space, hacking from space, that's the first crime ever happened by anybody from NASA. That's you ask the question that boggles your mind. How? How? And we asked this question, but there's no answer. So, how do you get the answer? You do the work yourself. You create a team. You start out with finding phones that are on your house that haven't been used in a long time. You use them as a project or something to prove. Not to prove, but to answer those questions. To test these phones. The phones that's lying around in your house. Or your tablet that's been lying around your house. Or an old computer. Go in there. Fuck with it. Test your theory. Answer your own question. I mean, you have agencies like the FBI, CIA, and NSA constantly spying on people, constantly hacking into people's shit without a warrant. And it's pissing people off. my phone here. This is a HTC You Live in Life. I've had this phone for almost 2 years. Almost 2 years. I like it. It's a good phone. Android's a pretty good operating system. So is iOS. But with Android, you have plenty of options. Plenty. Unlimited options. But the difference between Android and iOS is that Apple is closed off. They create their own shit. They create their own software. They create their own phones, tablets, and laptops and shit like that. Android is open source, where any company from HTC to Alcatel, LG, Hewlett Packard, Samsung, not Hewlett Packard, but HTC, Alcatel, Samsung, Motorola, LG, and BlackBerry are using the Android operating system, open source. Okay? Windows is open source in all computers, and Xbox, and the phone. I've had this phone for a good since it came out back in I think it was 2013. I think 2015, 2015, right there. There's a lot of questions on that. On here, get this cord here. I need this cord. That I mean, Windows are pretty good. I like Windows, and don't get me wrong, it's a pretty good operating system. But they're like cross between Apple and and Google. They're open source. But they're semi closed off. Now with their phones at the time, you have limited choices and apps. Very limited. Like with Google's Android, you got plenty of choices, plenty of options of apps and tools, utilities and shit. And I mean, you have a choice of apps, tools to use on your device, but with Android, there's apps that you can put on here that you can turn your phone here into a hacking machine, and you can root it. You can download Linux on this thing, and I've had a lot of questions on got a message here. I mean, it's a lot of questions. You want to ask, but you want to answer because you want to ask because you want to know. But the one case that I read it about a week ago or so, an astronaut from outer space, from the International Space Station, hacked her ex-wife's computer. Went into her social media, her, you name it. And I bet there's a lot of people on Earth are wondering how. How? I mean, yeah, the space station has a lot of tech that we could, that we could ever imagine. No. But the first crime, if it is a first crime, I've so here comments again. But you know, we have all these questions, all these questions that pertaining to hacking. And can you create a device like a smartphone or a computer that's not that is unhackable, that is hack proof? See when Geek's Phone and Sun Circle came out with the black phone, okay, the black phone, the first one, people ask the question, is it unhackable? Is it hackable or unhackable? Any phone can be hacked. Any computer can be hacked. An ATM can be hacked. A pacemaker can be hacked. Even a sex toy can be hacked via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Um, um, and let's see here. The question that a lot of us all want to know, but never got the right answer from anybody. I mean, from anybody. I guess to answer it ourselves is to do something about it. If you have a phone lying around someplace, an old Android from back in 2009, 2010, up to 2013, or not, Samsung, HTC, whatever it is you got, get a team together that has that same question. Go in there, take it apart in a way where you can put it back together. And find out for yourself. Find out for yourself. The only way. See if you could build your first unhackable phone. Try to go out and build. See if you could figure out how to create your own unhackable laptop or a unhackable tablet. See if you could push back against the status quo. There's nothing wrong to wonder. I have a theory. question that you want to have answered, but do it yourself. Because we all have questions. But will they get the answer? No. Because we have to do it ourselves. You have that question. How do you answer it? How do you answer your own question? How do we answer our own question? We see it for ourselves by doing it. And if you really want to push the envelope into stopping surveillance, now here's something that is being done right now. Law enforcement is getting a new Stingray that is, from what they're saying, I don't believe it. I don't buy it. They're saying is that it could go undetected from, say, AMSIC or Snip Snitch or Snip Snatch, or call it MZ catcher detectors, which they're lying anyway. AMSIC, I've been using for years. I want to show you. This AMSIC. That's AMSIC. I downloaded that on my phone. Works pretty good. But Snoop Snitch, it works to a point, but you gotta pay extra to get like AMSIC. And it is a fact that law enforcement is they're claiming their new Stingray is undetectable by AMSIC and Snoop Snitch. They're lying their asses off. Do you ever wonder why the company that makes these Stingrays make law enforcement and the FBI sign a NDA, even though it's known? And once asked about the information, you can't talk about it in court because it's under a NDA, which violates the Fourth Amendment. A company that built these energy catchers are basically breaking the law and profiting from breaking the law. See, I call bullshit on these so-called new Stingrays. Can they be detected? I don't buy it. I don't believe a cop one bit at all. As I don't trust the media as I could throw them, because at a point you ask yourself, Why do cops need MC catchers? Why do they need Stingrays? They don't need Stingrays. Cops have been trying for years to get around the Fourth Amendment. Our own government tried to get around the Fourth Amendment. They violate it every fucking time they get a chance to. They use foreign. They use surveillance on foreign adversaries on us. Why? There's some apps I do highly recommend. One is called CamShield. This here. And it says here, conglomerates, governments, and hackers, they have access to your smartphone camera. And they are watching you. Militias are embedded in harmless apps, Viz, Instagram, and WhatsApp, etc. These apps would click your photo when you're not aware. Save yourself by starting the CamShield service. CamShield will notify you whenever your camera is accessed. And also, I have camera and microphone blocker. And to block, hit that. And your microphone, your camera is blocked. This app cannot be used on your Apple device, your iOS device, or your Windows phone if you still use it. It won't work unless you have an Android device. Use it. Download it. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. Because you deserve privacy. See, agencies like the NSA, FBI, CIA here, as well as GCHQ, MI5, MI6, have ways to. Hello? Because they want to know now, back in the day, a lot of people have been using Blackberries, and they've been using the BlackBerry Messenger because it's more. It's encrypted. It's encrypted, and I highly recommend if you have. BlackBerry still works. Use it. Use it. What I have here is a BlackBerry Q10, and it works. It just needs to be charged. It needs to be charged. And but I do believe, I mean, to answer the question, do it yourself, because you're not going to get the answers you need, you're seeking anywhere else. Grab a device, whether it's an old computer or old smartphone. Do it yourself. Get yourself a team together that you trust. Big time. Go in. Do what needs to be done to prove, to first answer the question by proving it. That you can create an unhackable device, computer, or phone. Lines of code that could be so beyond up to par that, hey, maybe you could sell this shit. So, find somebody that you could hook you up and shit, and that could hook you up and shit, and I mean, seriously, hook you up, man. Hook you up with stuff. Phone body of a phone, new screens, everything. Put your phone together. But I mean, over the years, companies have put their own phones to the test on see if it could get hacked. Yeah. But imagine if you did that to a phone you created, by a phone you found that you had lying around. You created the first unhackable smartphone or computer. You put it to the test. I mean, what would happen? The question is, what would happen if your phone or computer cannot be hacked? What if you created the very first unhackable smartphone? It's a thinker. It's a really good thinker. It is a really good thinker. And I do highly recommend, go for it. Knock yourself out. Do the work. Get them together. Take that phone you have around the house and whatnot that you haven't used in years. Take it as a little test subject. Work on it. Put your imagination, questions, everything to the test in this little device here. Make a theory happen. Alright, guys, I am good old Grandmaster Ruffin here. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please leave a subscribe, leave a like, comment below, and don't forget to hit the bell for notification. And if you've got this transmission, you are the resistance. Remember, I'm Grandmaster Ruffin. Knowledge is free. If you ain't down with that, we got 3 words for you. Go fuck yourself. Peace out. I'm Revan. You're not. Fuck you. I'm out.